Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy MF Crypto here, aka Quantstradamus, aka the Wife Changer, aka the Quant Father. Once again. And as always, I'm on a mission to help you build generational wealth. Welcome back to the channel, my fellow subscribers. And for those of you who may be tuning in for the very first time, welcome in as well. Do yourselves a major favor. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and click on the bell for notifications, because I provide the single greatest quant network updates on all of YouTube. Explosive video update for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Pay homage to your man's Quantstradamus. This episode, I'm gonna be taking that victory lap. I hope that each and every single one of you in my Quant fam community here across YouTube, Twitter, and the entire interwebs, I wish every single one of you the utmost success. And I continue to deliver that uncut raw. I have been telling you for almost 2 years now that we were going to see lower entry price points, even when we go back here on the yearly chart up as high as 148. Even when we dipped down and we were talking about that head and shoulders pattern forming here and the price point started to rise back up again. I told you we were going lower when all the other influencers, I'm talking 99.9% of the rest of YouTube and the shills on Twitter and everywhere else were saying Quant is going to the moon. It's never coming back. We're going to 400. We're going to 500. I've seen some Looney Tunes saying we're going to $1,000. Guys, those price points are absolutely attainable for Quant, but not anytime soon. We have to get through this massive economic depression and market downturn that we are entering into. As you saw just the other day, one of the worst financial crashes since COVID was announced. The stock market took an absolute beating this past week. Now, we have seen a rebound, but I continue to stress the fact that we are just in the beginning stages of financial market calamity. We have to pay the piper. We have to pay the price for all of that productivity loss during the COVID-19 years. Now, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we dipped all the way down. Let me switch over here to the weekly chart. We went down to as low as $50 on some exchanges. Here on CoinMarketCap, it's showing a low of $51.58, currently trading at $59.79. And on the yearly, that puts us down a whopping 40.29%. Plain and simple, ladies and gentlemen, Quantstradamus. He's don't ever get it twisted. Guys, what you don't see behind the scenes is the inundation of constant DMs over the years, in the past 6, 7, 8 months especially, when we were seeing that price point jump up into the $140 to $150 range again. Everybody was clowning me, saying, Quantstradamus, you don't know anything. This project is too important to the future of the financial system of our planet. It will never reach $40 to $50 again. And man, I gotta tell you guys, it feels really good for your own technical analysis to be proven correct over the course of time. I will continue to give you the trajectory of this asset before it occurs. A very select few other influencers are giving you this information because very few possess the tools in their arsenals in order to predict price trajectory on an asset as important as Quant Network. Two that come right off the top of my head are Quamfy Joe over on Twitter, and also on Twitter is C-Pips, my guy C-Pips. If you see either of those two, give them a follow on Twitter. They have kept it real since day one. They saw the likelihood of Quant re-entering into these price ranges, and now we are reaping the seeds that we sowed, and we are so glad to be able to DCA into this asset at these generational wealth opportunities once again. So don't miss them, ladies and gentlemen. Never financial advice, but dollar cost average into this asset if you believe in its long-term trajectory. Speaking of Twitter, I got to go over here. Ladies and gentlemen, you know how your man's Quantstradamus gets down. I got so many people to air out with saved receipts on here. Once we dip into the 40s, they will be forced to pay homage. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, at The Real MF Crypto on Twitter. That's my official account. I will be airing out all of the frauds and phonies that were giving you all sorts of hopium predictions and leading the people astray. The Quant fam community deserves better. This is an asset with extreme value going into the 2030s that will provide generational wealth opportunities if you're in the community long enough, if you're able to have those diamond hands and wait 5 to 10 years. But that Moon Boy parade and that hopium garbage, I'm putting it to rest. I'm airing out the frauds. And when they are proven wrong, and when Quantstradamus was proven correct, you would not believe the amount of these clowns that blocked me because they couldn't take the heat from Big Papa Quantstradamus, who in the end is proven correct time and time again. He shepherds the flock. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, for today's article, this was an official Quant Network press release back on the 14th of March, 2023. Carbon credit platforms by Big Papa Andrew Carrier. Not going to be going through the entire article. It is pretty extensive, but it's going to be highlighting the massive implications that tokenization is bringing to the financial markets and world economy in the long run. Tokenization is bringing efficiency to carbon markets and helping climate initiatives in the process. What are carbon credit platforms? Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind that this push for eco-friendly and climate change is not going anywhere anytime soon. Do I believe a lot of it is phony and a load of crap? Yes, to be honest with you, I do. I love our planet and I cherish the resources that God has blessed us with. But at the end of the day, these people that push these climate agendas on the population have ulterior motives in mind and in store. I'm not going to get into that. That's a discussion for another day. But what I'm trying to say is that all of these initiatives that align with climate change protection are going to be promoted and pushed to the forefront. And Quant Network's incredible executive team understands that very well. They are keenly locked into that. Carbon credits are purchased by polluting companies to offset their carbon dioxide emissions and move them closer to carbon neutrality. The money used to acquire carbon credits is then used to fund various environmental and sustainable development initiatives across the globe that help avoid or remove CO2 in the fight against climate change. Simplistically, a company that emits 1 ton of excess CO2 or equivalent greenhouse gas emissions would buy a carbon credit to remove an equivalent amount of CO2 from the atmosphere. This could involve, for example, funding the protection of mangrove swamps in Central America, which in turn creates local jobs and sources of revenue for indigenous populations. In that regard, carbon credit platforms facilitate the funding of global conservation projects that might otherwise struggle to do so by bringing together one party that has surplus carbon capacity, the seller, with a party that has deficit carbon capacity, aka the buyer. One of the prevailing criticisms levied upon companies leveraging the voluntary carbon market is that it can be construed as greenwashing. Rather than make sufficient efforts to reduce their carbon emissions, they simply go straight to a carbon credit platform and achieve their alleged, quote, carbon neutrality, completely sidestepping the core issue. Skipping ahead here, ladies and gentlemen, the potential for tokenization. Tokenized carbon, in simple terms, is the digital representation of real-world carbon credits on the blockchain. Each carbon credit is transferred onto the blockchain using carbon bridges, which are connected to traditional registries like Vera and Gold Standard. The potential for tokenization of carbon credits, as noted earlier, is enormous. While the VCM was worth $2 billion in 2022 and accessed primarily by corporations, blockchains could open the market up to anyone who holds a crypto wallet, hence the $50 billion forecast by 2050. Moreover, it could revolutionize the liquidity of carbon credits and lead to far greater transparency and price discovery, helping everyone reach their net zero goal faster. Most of today's blockchain-based projects currently operate outside of VCM platforms, but given the nature of smart contracts and the immutability of blockchain, it should be possible to develop accreditation and verification of carbon credits and link different carbon markets to transmit value using multiple blockchains. Indeed, not all carbon credits are created equal. Within the VCM, they remain highly heterogeneous depending on the underlying conservation project or region where it is being conducted. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cut it off from the article right there and leave it on this note. What Quant Network is setting out to do here is revolutionize industries across the board via tokenization and interoperability. This is just one of a plethora of examples where Quant Network is providing an opportunity to overhaul entire industries and unlock capital and bring an influx of liquidity where it did not exist prior and could not possibly exist prior. Quant Network's patented overledger system has the capability to transform entire industries and take them to unprecedented heights that were never previously possible. Continue to DCA into this asset if you are seeing what I'm seeing. The revolution is underway. You are so blessed to be here at this very moment in time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. This has been another feature presentation by MF Crypto, aka Quantstradamus, aka the Wife Changer, aka the Quant Father, the #1 source for all your Quant Network needs. I'll see you next episode. Cheers.
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. He can't be the fastest because that's a cheetah. He can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run. And it's all mentality. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas, but I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality.
What happens when you're a gazelle and you're not being pushed, you're not being prodded, you're not given a reward, nobody's encouraging you? What happens when you're a gazelle and the lion's not chasing you anymore? You stop running. But what happens when you're a lion? When you're a lion, it does not make a difference. You realize that if your family is going to eat, that if that pack of lions is to survive, then you gotta go hunt. A part of being a beast just ain't eating a gazelle. A part of being a beast is the hunts. It's the hunt that they're excited about. They like to see the gazelles run. Then boom, they take off. Because real lions like to hunt. They love the process just as much as they love the prize. And some of y'all just want to score. You don't like the process. You're not in love with the process.
A true hunter's goal is not the prize. A true hunter's goal is to hunt. That's what they live for. They live to hunt. They don't just live to catch it. It's the whole process. When you are a true hunter, you don't go by time, you go by the gazelle. When you are a true hunter, you hunt until you get a gazelle, and you don't stop until you get one. And then you get another, and then you get another, and you get another.
If you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do, be what you say you're gonna be, you're gonna have to lion me out. You a gazelle,
you're gonna come up short. You a gazelle, you're gonna have an average experience. You a student, I need you in lion mode. You an entrepreneur, I need you in lion mode. You trying to lose weight, lion mode. You can't do nothing significant in gazelle mode, nothing. Nothing impressive happens in gazelle mode. Nothing happens in run mode, give up mode, quit mode, scared mode, fearful mode, nothing happens. Everything happens in lion mode like I'm coming to get you.